Hello, I am Dr. Marilyn Faye Gaucher, and welcome to the third episode of our health series. Today, I will be interviewing Mr. Enaw all the way from Canada, who recently had COVID-19 and treated himself while being quarantined. Now, let's find out what he did at the primary level, shall we? Hey, Mr. Enaw, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. And you?
I'm great. I just want to thank you again for taking the time to talk to us. I know you're a very busy man. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. Just great.
That's good. We thank goodness. So I believe you did tell me that you had COVID recently.
Yes, that's right. I was tested positive for COVID-19, and I actually was quarantined for 14 days. And within that period of time, I did self-administer myself, and I got well. So
Okay.
that's right.
So if you can please just tell me, prior to you getting COVID, right? Were you doing anything at a primary level to prevent it?
Yeah.
Can you please expand on that?
Um, yes, prior to me getting COVID, I was following the basic sanitation protocols which were put in place. Social distancing, washing your hands before and after every activity, and basically that was what I was doing.
Okay. Do you remember when you found out that you had COVID?
Yes, that was on the 14th of April. I can't forget. Yeah,
Okay.
the 14th of April, exactly. Well, when I found out that, I deep down in me, I knew I had the COVID because I was already, doing the signs and symptoms. Because when I got the signs and symptoms, I kind of Googled the signs and symptoms, and I found that, okay, I was showing every sign and symptom was what I had before. So deep down in me, I knew I had COVID even way before I went for the test.
Okay. So what are the signs and symptoms did you experience?
The signs and symptoms I had was I started with joint pain. I started with a joint pain. I had serious back pain. My joints were hurting. Then from then switched up to fever. Then I caught a cold later. Okay. So after the fever, I caught a cold. Then I had a running stomach. Yeah. Then after that, I had a high temperature. So basically, those were the signs and symptoms I had.
Right.
Then I kind of Googled them, and I had a loss of smell.
Yeah. That's a unique one.
Yeah,
that's a unique one.
Yeah. So that's when I knew that I actually had COVID.
Yeah, that right there, that loss of taste and smell is very unique because joint pain, you can have it in regular flu.
Yeah.
So, did you have any cough?
Yes, I did. I had cough. Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any pulmonary lung problem, breathing problems?
A little bit. I did, but not from the start.
Okay.
The pulmonary problems came way later. So that was about 2 weeks after I'd done the test. I tested positive. That was about 2 weeks after. And I started having some problems, little problems breathing. But then I took this rub, the hot rub, and I put in some water and I did the inhaling, to kind of clear my chest and my lungs.
The rub, is that a vapor rub? Is that what you find vapor rub at the pharmacy?
Yes, exactly. I just took the basic vapor rub from the pharmacy. I got that from the pharmacy. I kind of dropped some in hot water and I covered my head, with a towel and something, and I tried to breathe in the vapor from the hot water.
Right.
But I tried to clear out the cough and everything.
Yeah. And it's so interesting you mentioned that because there's a study that came out. I'm going to pull it up later. This study actually talked about the effectiveness of heat above 68 degrees and how it can really dismantle the outer walls of the virus. And so boiling point of water is like 200. And if you just boil some water and just let it cool for a little bit, and then, like you said, you apply the vapor rub on, put some drops in it and inhale it, it did a trick for you.
Yeah, I guess it did, because when I did that for about a week or so, and I could feel my chest, clearing out. I could breathe better, and so I think it did the trick. Yeah.
So how many times a day did you do the steam inhalation with the vapor rub?
I did that twice a day. So
twice a day for 7 days.
Yes.
Right? It's very important. The reason I'm asking that is because the main purpose of us doing this interview is to share knowledge, help other people so that they can actually implement the same thing. Hopefully can help them, right? So what else did you do? No, before I ask you that, now do you kind of know how you got this virus? I mean, you were doing social distancing, wearing your mask and sanitizing.
Well, I think because 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 where I live in an apartment with different other people, right? So one of them came from the Quebec region, and I think in the Quebec region there was a high rate of infection. So the person came from there, and when the person came back, we had a little gathering at home. Like, okay, so I think that was when, because immediately the person came back. 3 days after, I started feeling, started having the joint pain and kinds of stuff. Then the cold came in immediately. So I think that was where, just interacting with the person, and we were all sitting around. I think that was where we contracted the virus.
So did anybody else, did you say you guys had a little gathering? Did anybody else apart from you get the virus?
Yeah, we all did. We all showed the signs and symptoms at home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we all did, because at one point everyone was sick at home. Everyone had the cold. Everyone had the fever.
Yeah.
Everyone had the cough.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone had the influenza. So everyone fell sick.
Wow. How many of you guys, if you don't mind me asking?
Four.
Only 4. You know what you just said is very important, because they say, you could have a gathering of up to 10. I don't know about Canada, but here in Georgia, they say up to 10. And even with just as small as 4, it's still not safe.
Yeah, so not, because we're barely just 4 of us. Yeah. So that evening we did a meal. We had a meal, then we played some, since it was a quarantine, we played some home-based games. So I think we changed, we touched each other and kinds of stuff, Yeah.
And when they say you can have a get together as the highest 10, you're still expected to apply social distancing even while you are at a little get together, right? But if you're having a party where you guys are playing cards,
exactly,
touching each other, obviously
maintain the social distancing.
Right. Right. Okay, so now you have the virus. You said that you implemented the steam inhalation with the vapor rub for 7 days, twice a day. And what else did you do?
What I did was basically when I tested positive, the nurses or the doctor who was in charge of my case really didn't enlighten me. Didn't tell me what I should do. She was just like, okay, you should quarantine yourself in your room. You should avoid going to those open spaces with the other people. And the only thing she told me was I should check my signs and symptoms myself. And once I get to the point where I have difficulties breathing, I should call 911. Which was really surprising. Wow. I was like, yeah, so I was lost. So I was like,
isn't that funny? It's like normally, okay, this virus, when you get it, the incubation period is the first 14 days.
Yeah.
Right? The first 14 days is the incubation period, and that's when the virus is replicating. And within that first 14 days, you will start to experience those symptoms, right? So what can you do within those 14 days to halt the virus from doing more damage?
That's it. So I was confused because they didn't tell me anything. So I did my little research on my own. I went on Google and I tried to search what I could take and medications I could take, so a whole lot of studies on it. So the most common article I saw on Google was, okay, there's this concoction you could take. That was garlic, a little bit of garlic, lemon, right? So it was a mixture of garlic, lemon, what was that again? Garlic, lemon, and ginger, right? Yeah. So what I did was basically I just peel off the ginger, cut the lemons into slices, peel off the garlic, and drop in water in a pot and just boil. Then I take the water from that and drink as a tea, right? So I did that 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, evening. Yeah. So I did that.
You did that for how long?
I did that for more than 3 weeks. Once I started feeling the signs and symptoms, I started doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did it, and even after when I was feeling better, I continued doing it.
That's good. That's very good. The ginger and garlic, they're antiparasitics. Especially garlic for this COVID. From knowledge, garlic is very good at attacking the COVID itself and preventing it from attaching to walls and doing its trick. And lemon, it's vitamin C. You get vitamin C from there. So that regimen is actually very good. A few people that I've spoken to said they did the same thing. They also said they added turmeric, which is also really good. Onion.
Yeah, I read an article too. Like you could take turmeric as a good supplement to boost your immune system. So I didn't find turmeric, but what I took was vitamin C supplements and zinc nitrate in addition to all of that. So I took that to boost my immune system. So that's what I took.
So did you take anything for fever?
Yes, I took Tylenol for the fever and the joint pain.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was all I took for fever and joint pain. I just took basic Tylenol. Yeah.
It's a good thing you took Tylenol instead of ibuprofen. Ibuprofen is known to not be good, especially for, you know, people that, I mean, it's okay, but if you have a heart condition, Tylenol, I mean, not Tylenol, ibuprofen is known to cause more damage to your heart if you have heart condition already. And even for those who don't have heart condition, they just advise, you know, if you've passed a certain age, you know, you're still young, but if you're like 40 and above, you're advised to not take ibuprofen for anything at all. Take, you know, acetaminophen, Tylenol, you know, but don't take ibuprofen, just as a side note. Okay, so continue.
Yeah, so basically that was what I took on the side. And in addition to that, I just kind of, because since everyone was sick and we all showed the signs and symptoms, so we all at home were taking the concoction of the ginger, garlic, and, you know, the lime, and so we all started doing that, and yeah, we started feeling better. And I tried to stay more in my room, quarantine myself more in my room. Yeah. So yeah.
So after 14 days, did you get another test done? Have you gotten retested?
No, not really.
Okay.
I haven't. Okay. I haven't gotten tested again, but I'm okay.
Yeah, but you should have the antibodies anyway. You should have the antibodies for the virus. But, you know, just as a side note, this virus replicates, and when it replicates, it's like, it's genes are replicating and they're changing, and so it will develop different strains, right? So you can, if you're not careful, you can still get reinfected with another strain of the virus. So even though because, you know, some people would think that, oh, I've had the virus before, I'm not going to have it again. You can't have it again with another strain. Just like the flu virus, you know, every single year they come with a vaccine, you have to get the flu shot, you know, it's the same thing. So whatever you're currently doing, you're still doing the ginger, garlic, and
yeah, I still do the ginger, garlic, and the lemon, but I don't take it as often as I used to. I can take it like twice a week, you know. Yes, I do take it at least. Yeah, I do.
If you don't mind, if I can recommend, try to take it every day. Just, you know, if you can just blend. What you can do is you can just blend, because this is what I do. You blend the ginger and garlic and put the lemon, obviously blend it, and then put some honey and add some turmeric in there, blend it, maybe add some onions also. Okay, so red onions preferably. You blend it and then you save it in the refrigerator, and every single day just do a tablespoon as tea. You know, you can do like a ginger tea, you know, concoction tea. 1 tablespoon just in the morning with some honey and hot water, you drink it. Right, and then you want to, this is for preventives, this is to boost your immune system. If in case you do get the virus, your system is ready to fight it, you know. And then your drink water on a regular basis. You know, if you do get the virus, if you drink water, it'll go straight into your gut.
Yeah, that's one thing I did a lot too. I drank a lot of water.
Yeah,
because you said it flushes the virus down directly into your stomach, and it doesn't line the walls of your throat and all that. So yeah. I do drink a lot of water too.
Yes, and the virus would not survive in an acidic environment. If you get into your stomach, the stomach is acidic. If you do that on a regular basis, and then the steam inhalation, since you know how good it is, what I would also recommend is, if in case you go somewhere and you feel as though you've been your surrounding has been tampered with, you know, you feel as though you've been around anybody, but you know, people that are asymptomatic carry the virus, right? And so you might be around someone that has the virus and you might get it again. So if you do feel as though, you know, your space has been tampered with, or you went to an event or whatever, or went to a restaurant, went to the grocery store, that day you want to do the steam inhalation.
Okay.
Yeah, do the steam inhalation to in case if there's a virus is on you, if you should hit it at the track. You know, the one thing that you did, which is very good, is the steam inhalation, which I want to believe that helped to destroy this virus. In addition to everything else that you did, the last thing that you want to do is to sit there and not do anything and let this virus get into your lungs. If you get into your lungs, you start developing pulmonary issues, you can't breathe. Oh, now then you have to go to the hospital. Then you have to be put on, you know, on ventilator. That is worse than putting on your mask. That is worse than, you know, taking these preventives, you know. And so you did a very good job. I just want to compliment you for that. And I would like to thank you again for your time, and for joining us, or joining me, and also for helping to educate, you know, the viewers on what they can do at the primary level. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I just want to encourage anybody who's out there, just let them know that you shouldn't be discouraged, because most people, this thing too is a mind game, right? Some people went to get the virus, they're already demoralized and they're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go downhill, I'm gonna die. Well, you shouldn't let that get to you, you know. Just do a little bit of research, and you're gonna see some preventive methods that can actually help. So anybody out there, just do your research, and you shouldn't wait to get to the red zone before you kind of act, you know. So that's just all I want to say.
Yeah, that's a great advice. That's a great advice. On that note, thank you again so very much. I really do appreciate it.
Well, the pleasure was mine. Thank you too.
Thank you. Well, there you have it. I hope that you learned a few things that you can implement at a primary level in order to prevent the progression of COVID-19 if you are tested positive. If you know anyone who has the virus and is being quarantined, please do share this video with them. It is worth emphasizing that they've confirmed cases of COVID-19 as of today, November 9th, 2020, according to the World Health Organization, is 50,266 and 33. And the confirmed death rates as of today at a global scale is 1,254,567. Let that sink in. That is a lot. 1,254,556 people have died at a global scale due to COVID. The incidence and death rate are still rising, as you can see. The main aim of this video is to contribute in preventing the increase in morbidity and mortality that we are now experiencing at a global scale. So you can play your part by just sharing this video and any other video related to COVID-19. In addition to sharing, please do like, subscribe, and please press the bell notification in order that you can be notified as soon as the next video is posted. In the meantime, take care of yourself. God bless you and take charge. See you in my next video.